Good morning, guys. Today is my day off and it's a pretty gloomy day today, so I was thinking about doing something a bit scary, or at least scary to me, because I feel pretty uncomfortable going out in public, like for example in a cafe or restaurant. Trying that today, so we're going to one of my favorite cafes. It's a book cafe actually. Plan is to read a book that I started I think half a year ago, but I never got to finish because I was writing my master thesis back then and I just gave up on it. For breakfast today I made myself some bread with cottage cheese and avocado and tomatoes. Everything in my tote bag, taking some cash. So I'm also taking this book, but I'm taking it without the cover because I always destroy the covers if I take them with me. So we're leaving this home. A tripod for taking videos. Let's see if I'm brave enough to do that. But then I'm also packing my AirPods because I'm always listening to music. I can't live without music. I would say that was a pretty successful trip to the cafe. I got to read a few pages and I became a very slow reader actually because I've not read in such a long time. But I managed to read like almost 50 pages. I love plants, as you can probably tell by my apartment, and it's probably an unhealthy habit at this point because we have way too much. I think it's almost 50 plants in this whole apartment, and I feel like it makes my apartment way cozier. I think the better season for putting cuttings into soil is spring, but I still have a few cuttings here, and as you can see, the roots are there are so many roots. I have to put them in soil now, and I can't wait a few more months. So that's what I'll be doing now. I have pots for all the plants that I want to replant or plant, and I bought this pot a few days ago, but I don't have a plastic pot to put inside of it, and I was thinking of cutting this bottle and putting it inside, and maybe it will work. for repotting plants, you'll need some gloves and then also a mixing bowl where I will put in some soil and some perlite. It's just something that helps with drainage. Then you mix it in here, and then you also need some pots, so regular ceramic or whatever pots you want, and plus an insert, like a plastic little pot to put in there so that the excess water can go through them. In my DIY plastic pot, I put some drainage holes. And then you also need your cuttings. I actually had my cuttings in there for quite some time now. I think it's been a few months. Some of them have already died, so I would recommend to plant them earlier than I do. Let's get to potting. I normally put it in the ratio of 9:1. So it's 10 parts, but 9 parts are soil and 1 part is perlite, maybe even a little less. So it's not that much, it's just so that there's a bit in there. And then we mix it all together. All the plants that I put into soil, and I really love hanging plants, so I have a lot of those and I always cut them and put them into new soil. So I think I have like 5 of those already and 3 of those and now 3 of those as well. But this one is, for example, a new one. I got that one from a neighbor and it finally grew some roots so that I can put it into soil. These 2 are plants that I repotted because they didn't look quite as happy when we came back from our vacation. I'm going to change it to something more comfy than this in a second, because I'll be taking apart this sweater that I've been knitting the past couple of days. I knitted it for 2 or 3 days and now I realized that it is like double my size, so I can put this on for a second. So it's basically, it's like double my size, if you can see that. And when I block it, I think that it will be even bigger, so probably triple my size. I decided to take it apart and I'll be crying while doing so because I've spent a lot of time making this, but that is probably the downside of me trying to wing everything and then realizing that it doesn't work that way. It's a pretty dark and cloudy day today outside again, so because we still need a few things for the apartment anyway, we decided to go shopping to IKEA today. We just came back from IKEA and I just wanted to make a little small haul of the things that we bought. So the first thing that we bought are these massive boxes. We bought 5 of them because we wanted one for each season and the 5th one for our foster dog. So just stuff that we don't use all the time. For example, right now we don't have a foster dog, so we will put the things in here and store them until we have the next one. And then we also bought a new cutting board because ours somehow always magically break, and this is a very big one, but I hope that it will work for our kitchen. I think our kitchen is very small, so we have all our cutting boards just standing in a kitchen. Like, we also bought because I wanted to have some bigger pillowcases in beige because I didn't want our complete bed linen to be white, because the bed linen that we bought are white. We bought 2 of them, which was pretty expensive, I have to say. I always thought that I bought very cheap things from IKEA, but one of these was like 20 euros. So we debated for like really 10 minutes if we want to buy them or not, or if we'll just order them on Amazon. We were already there, so we bought them. And I think that they are pretty good quality, so at least something for the price. There are 2 last things that we bought, and these are these bowls, because we have the very big ones of those, so they are like, I think, triple the size. Because always when I cook, we either have the very small bowls that you eat out of, or the very big ones, like the ones that are triple the size of these ones. So I wanted to buy these ones for quite some time. That was actually all that we bought at IKEA.